Hi all, this is Yemaya Renuka at the Embrace.life, offering mentoring to the heart of the matter. And tonight I'm here to speak about the power of Ho'oponopono and the practice of forgiveness as a way to make space within ourselves to receive new gift from life and also to have the freedom of movement, of emotional movement that is necessary for us to keep shining and keep moving toward our full potential. At times, it is really important to have healthy boundaries, to reconnect with our own power, our own inner authority, and to create separation between something that is not healthy for ourselves, for our own sake. And then comes a time further along where the boundaries and the lack of forgiveness and the lack of taking someone else back into our heart can be more detrimental than useful. And that's where we can use the powerful Hawaiian prayer practice of Ho'oponopono. And Ho'oponopono is a much bigger body of wisdom that we're not being shared about in the West. But we all, we have the gift of at least the simplicity of the power of the practice on a first level. And then there is, much more behind that is really, I think, held by the Hawaiian kahuna and teachers, different kumus, and that whole body of wisdom, belong to those people. But we are lucky to have been given this practice at that first level, and I would like us to experience it tonight. I like to practice it in a round of 3. And it's really amazing, that something so simple can affect so deeply our relationships with the outside and also with the inside. So let's say that perhaps there is a couple of people that you've had difficulty with, and you feel judgment and resistance, maybe anger and maybe pain. And then there is also you, who's a part of the story, right? That also need to be forgiven. And I really love how counterintuitive, it is, and it starts, because the words that we say to the other and to ourselves are, please forgive me, I am sorry, I love you, thank you. So what I mean by counterintuitive is that, when we consider that someone has hurt us or insulted us or caused us pain, it's really interesting to ask them to forgive us and that we are sorry. And it's the beauty of that reversal in the mind. But, also we don't know on a soul level what happened perhaps, in other lifetimes. We don't know how those, the conditions that have been created around our relationships have been really born. And, and sometimes, we are soul allies that are coming into this lifetime back together to teach each other and trigger each other into a next level of evolution. So the way I like to create the practice is that, let's say that I would bring first someone that has caused me pain, and in my mind's eye, I would have them face me. And sometimes it's not always easy to have someone come very, very close. So you can start with having them, maybe a little further away, and see how close you can have them come towards you and face you. And then when you found the right distance, really gaze into their eyes and say, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. And repeat that 3 times. So let's do it together. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. And take a deep breath. And then you can do that with another person, perhaps, if there is, 2 people involved. And then finally, and more powerfully, you'll do it with yourself, so that you're facing yourself, you're imagining in your mind's eye your face, and you're gazing into your own eyes. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. Thank you. So you are apologizing to yourself for having put yourself in a situation which perhaps was painful. And, we always come back to that deep self-love, which is, the utmost beautiful practice as human we can experience in these beautiful days of extreme challenge. So, as we create that space within ourselves, and then we wait and see what unfolds. I've done that sometimes with people that I just would feel tension with, people that I didn't know, and those people where you just from the get-go, there's a power struggle. And I would practice that in the evening. I had that with a neighbor in Kauai. And then I would see it change, just like their attitude toward me, just by doing that at home. And, seeing them welcoming me a couple of days later, like if we were old friends, like the tensions, the power struggle had just completely dissolved. And that's a very small example, of the reach and the depth of this very simple practice. But if you're working with something really big, I would recommend that you do that every day for at least 3 weeks. So every day, doing the practice of, to themselves, for themselves. Perhaps something that happened, an interaction perhaps that you can visualize and bring that forgiveness toward, and then for yourself, always ending up with yourself. So I hope that helps, and that you practice this. We're really working in making space right now, so that everything that we've been calling in, our dreams, everything we want to manifest, before it can come in, there need to be space within for it to land, right? There is no space in your container. How can something else that you've been desiring can come and land, right? And I'll speak more about this in a couple of days. It's called landing spaces. Sending much love. Aho we ho. Until we meet again. Aloha.